So I'm going to invite the bell. Turn the So welcome to the Mindfulness Tree meditation community as we gather here for our weekly meeting and time to meditate together. And so we're going to begin with our opening meditation. And based on the book that we've been reading, we're going to be focusing and working with the secret enemy. You know, the outer enemy, we talked about the inner enemy being our own anger, fear, and that sort of thing. And now today is the secret enemy, which is self absorption. And so I'm going to, again, invite the bell. Listen, listen. The sound of the bell calls me back to my true home. So, taking your seat, we arrive, we settle, we welcome ourselves to our true home with kindness and compassion. So, noticing your posture, aligning the spine from bottom to top, sitting with a sense of dignity, yet in a relaxed posture. And noticing the body, perhaps where the feet are on the floor, where the pressure of sitting is most available. And just noticing if there's any tension being held in the body. And so I invite you to take 3 deep breaths, breathing in and breathing out, allowing the body to relax. Breathing in and breathing out. And one more time. And breathing out. Allowing the shoulders to relax. Allowing the face to relax. And in this present moment, we invite mindfulness. The Pali word is sati, which carries with it the idea of openness, softness, curiosity, spaciousness, vastness. Just imagining the vastness of the sky or the ocean. And we invite mindfulness as a good friend that walks alongside of us as we meditate. And realizing that whatever we might encounter, instead of constricting ourselves inward, we can open up outward. And with this sense of openness, we arrive in the present moment. And we realize that the body is breathing, not just those 3 deep breaths that we took, but that this is a continuous process of helping to balance out the central nervous system. And as Thich Nhat Hanh says, breathing in, I know I am breathing in. Breathing out, I know I am breathing out. And this is our object of meditation, to simply follow the breath. And we notice that as we follow the breath, the mind, thoughts, discourse tends to slow down. But even in the midst of breathing, sometimes our thoughts go to the past, and sometimes they go to the future. But if we come back to the present moment and just observe the breath, these thoughts tend to soften. And just bring some curiosity to the breath, noticing that there's a rhythm and perhaps a physical sensation of movement in the belly or the chest, or the sensation of breathing in, of the air being cool, and the breathing out, the air has been warmed. And allow yourself to rest in this awareness of body, of breath, and of mind. And as we come to this meditation on the secret enemy of self-absorption, who is it that is sitting here at this moment? Who am I? We tend to think of the self as being solid and unchanging. But as we follow the breath, we realize that every moment changes. We aren't the same person that we were an hour ago, or a year ago, or even 10 years ago. There is no such thing as an unchanging self. And this impermanence is freeing. It allows us to begin to break the habit of self-referencing and notice what is outside of us, whether it be other people or nature or the unchanging earth beneath our feet. And when we realize that the idea of an unchanging self is really an illusion, we can be present for others. And it takes practice. It takes meditative concentration and wisdom to allow ourselves to open, to arrive at that place of spaciousness that allows everything in. And to realize that our thoughts, our opinions, our deeply held beliefs might not be the truth. And so we can step back from those and ask that question, is it true? Or the mantra, you are partly right. So those opinions and those thoughts aren't solid, just as the self is not a solid, unchanging entity. And we can rest in that. And so for the rest of this meditation, we're going to participate in the practice of giving and taking that Robert Thurman speaks about. This practice comes from the Tibetan Buddhist practice. It's known by its Tibetan name, Tonglen, which is part of a larger practice of Lojong. But it literally means giving and taking. And this is a practice that you can do on your own, since it's in the book. But also it can be of great aid during times of turmoil, whether it be internal turmoil or external. And so Robert Thurman writes, transforming our relationship with people we perceive as enemies involves the daily practice of exchanging self-preoccupation for the other preoccupation. To assist us in this as a kind of rehearsal for the altruistic behavior where we actually take others' suffering upon ourselves, this is a special meditation of give and take, in which we imagine that we give our happiness to others and take on their suffering. So I invite you to bring to mind an image of someone that you perceive as an enemy. And picture this enemy sitting in front of you. And just notice if there's any discomfort with this. And just acknowledge it. Continuing to inhale and exhale. Now, as you breathe out, share all of your happiness, all of your light with this enemy. Let your enemy have a feeling of connection to your shining mind instead of pushing them away. Now, as you breathe in, take the irritation, the anger, the rage from your enemy and draw that energy into yourself as if you're inhaling a dark cloud of smoke. Whatever hostility they feel for you, invite it in, and then let that force direct itself toward your inner enemy, overcoming your inner enemy without harming your shining mind. Now your outer enemy is working for you without realizing it, helping you free yourself from your inner enemy, your habitual reactive self that is continually absorbed with me, 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 I like this, I want more. And you turn the enemy's energy into positive energy, which you experience as a feeling of relief and peace. Their anger, their rage does not touch you, but rather transforms, allowing it in. And now, as you breathe out, the light of your shining mind flows out to this enemy, but reinforced by the blessings of your protector. And whether this protector is Jesus, Mary, Abraham, Muhammad, the Buddha, Kuan Yin, the Dalai Lama, a saint or an angel, or whoever it might be, that protector is with you, mentoring you, supporting you. And as you continue to breathe in and out, you can silently repeat to yourself the following. On the inhale, destroy my inner enemy, my egotism. On the exhale, share my love, my wisdom. Inhale, destroy my inner enemy, my egotism. Exhale, share my love, my wisdom. Inhale, destroy my inner enemy, my egotism, my attachment, my aversion. Exhale, share my love, my happiness, my blessing. Inhale, destroy my attachment, my aversion. Exhale, share my love, my happiness, my blessing. And in this meditation, you can continue going back and forth, taking in the enemy's hostility and giving it to your egotism as you inhale. And then as you exhale, giving happiness, light, and liberating love. You can do this practice at any time during your daily life, perhaps as you read the news or you listen to a podcast or to the news. But as you practice give and take with your enemy, your egotistical, self-preoccupied persona becomes more and more subdued, and your altruistic, loving, happy self emerges. Your self-cherishing, self-aggrandizing, discontented, angry self becomes increasingly weaker, while your enlightened self grows stronger. Loving your enemy in this way is enlightened self-interest. You gain strength from your altruism of looking outward, and the blessings spread far and wide to your loved ones, to neutral ones, to all beings. When you can give to your enemy even the slightest bit, you become an artist in your own life. So thank you for your practice. And Deb, you appeared. Deb, Danny is here, who's a friend of Molly who comes to the Charleston group. So we welcomed him a little bit earlier.
Well, thank you. Just so you know, I'm in broadcasting from Marion, Indiana. My father-in-law